All right. So, that person just vanished. What are you guys doing? What's up?
Panting and trying to catch my breath.
That's fair. That's fair.
You don't need to. You're dead.
Why aren't you chasing him? Now I asked this. It turns out we are still limited by our original physical abilities.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
Ilar
but
is not doing well.
only because you're thinking about it. If you let yourself be free, like in the Matrix.
How Zen? If you figure that out, if you figure out the trick to that, let me know.
What's the Matrix?
This, more or less. Less robot-y.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna take your word for it.
I didn't mean for this to be in character, but I guess it just is now.
So yeah, you guys are essentially gathered around watching this purple haze disappear where some thief once was.
It'd be nice if anyone could tell us anything about anything. We weren't just left to kind of guess and figure out what the hell is going on our own.
I mean, I get a distinct feeling that that's what life's going to be like anyway. Like, if you stand around waiting for an explanation, you're never going to get one. Cora says while floating slightly off the ground.
I guess.
Just kind of tries to look down and ends up pivoting on her axis, so she just kind of flips slightly forward. Ah!
So, are we just going to stand here puzzling the mysteries of the universe, or are we going to try and, I don't know, follow something? Do we have something to follow at this point?
In a big cloud of purple. Can you follow purple?
It has at this point dissipated.
Look, I think we can safely say there's a lot of people using weird color stuff around town at the moment.
It is more prevalent than I would have thought.
Yeah, how come it took us needing to die to figure all this out?
Probably because we couldn't see it if we hadn't.
Yeah, I mean, if all of the things we've learned is to be believed, like, we would just kind of be subconsciously drawn to things or influenced in ways and never really realize it.
Wow, it's like seeing the YouTube algorithms. Except way less racist.
What?
My brother keeps ranting on about these things. At this point, Cora is now completely upside down.
Oh, are you floating right now?
Yeah, she's floating maybe about 4 or 5 inches off the ground and has just pivoted so far forward she's now 180 degrees upside down. She's just going with it. It seems weird, but okay.
Why not?
What now? We could look around, but there's no guarantee they're still in the area.
I mean, do any of us really want to mess with a guy who can, like, make color and then pull it straight out of people?
Yeah, why not? Be like robbing a bank. A living bank.
So mugging someone.
But they're not even aware of it.
Yeah.
But they will feel its effects.
You guys also, as a note, I probably should have mentioned this in the recap. There was also another business further down the road, further down the parkway that you had noticed color at, but you hadn't gone there.
Oh, right.
there were two places that you had noticed on your way to the venue. I don't believe you guys had gone in.
No, because one of them we just found the guy loading stuff in, and he said that they were that he was still getting ready, but he'd have basically like random devices that we'd be able to potentially use.
Oh no! I was talking about on the Parkway.
Oh, okay. I don't
not,
remember
not,
anything
not
other
the
than the
antique
venue
shop.
on the Parkway.
You guys had passed by two. You guys had passed by one place that looked like a bar.
Oh yeah, that's right.
That had a that had a kind of like a haze of color around it. And you had also noticed a bit in the distance past that bar, but in the opposite direction of the venue that you guys are going to go check out. For Nelly, you had noticed another place. You couldn't really tell what it was. Also had a bit of color, like a color like mist around it as well.
Right. Well, if none of you have got any other options, I'm gonna just kicks off the ground, floats towards the Irish pub.
Fair.
Hey, come back.
Hey, can you
Never.
carry me? Would that be too
can't-
much?
I don't know. I don't know what my carrying capacity is.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, she'll come back over, kind of float by, and try and pick her up.
Sure. Go ahead and roll. Roll flight. Gonna do. I probably should have
Physique.
Yeah, we'll do physique plus flight. TN is 6.
Okay. 3 dice. 1 roll. Oh, I get a 10. Yeah, easy.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, you're able to carry her.
Yeah. All right, get on my back and okay, well.
Yeah, she gets on your back, and it looks really weird now.
Kind of riding me like a broomstick.
Yeah.
Just hands on the shoulder, hands on the. Don't hold my hair! Ow!
I'm sorry. This is weird.
It doesn't look like you'll fall far. I've got more to lose if I stop doing this.
It's weirder walking next to it.
Fine. I'm sorry if I'm weirding you out.
No, you're not.
I mean, I don't want to make you feel uncomfortable.
Yes, you do. I might not know too much about you. We might only have been hanging out for a little bit, but if I know anything, it's that you actually really like to make people uncomfortable.
Thank you.
That might be a compliment. I think because she was like looking into. She was cared enough to analyze.
I don't really get people.
I don't know.
Like, you know what I get? Trees. Trees are easy. People,
So, you guys all are heading towards that Irish pub.
Happy St. Patrick's Day.
Yay!
Yay.
It is a bar called St. Kirkpatrick's.
Oh, that rolls off the tongue.
Yeah. It is a the and yeah, just you guys pass by the venue and head down a few blocks and return to St. Kirkpatrick's. It is a fairly large looking Irish pub, and it seems to be eclipsed in a vague haze of red. It's not
Oh.
enough. It's not enough to draw much useful color from. But it
There's
is
just
notable.
an overall air of, let's say, aggression.
Yeah.
We're not stereotyping against the
We're
Irish, I
getting a
swear.
little stereotypical. It's fine.
I don't know.
it's
What's
fine.
the color for what's the color for alcoholism?
How thick is the red compared to when they were in the mansion? Like, is it like at a level that's, oh yeah, this is really abnormal? I guess if
Yeah.
it's visible.
I mean, like it's visible, so it's abnormal. It's like a slight haze.
It would seem this would be a disturbance, yes.
Maybe there was some kind of fight.
At this point, it is into the evening enough, or the beginning of the evening enough that you actually do see that there are people. There are cars in the parking lot nearby. And you do see that there are actually people that are slowly starting to head in for the evening's festivities, which is weird, by the way, given that it's like a weeknight.
Is it? Do any of us have the context to know what would be weird or not at a bar?
I might somewhere in another
you,
life.
okay, you
not
might,
at
but you
current.
don't remember it currently.
Yeah.
Fair, yeah.
Well, I suppose we don't need to worry about ID. No one else is going to do anything. Will just walk in.
Oh yeah, I mean, Cora pretty much Cora definitely notes just as she's floating towards it. Just, man, I've always wanted to sneak in here and get a drink, but kind of loses its charm when they're not even going to ID you.
Also, you're not going to be able to drink anything.
I can try.
I mean, we can try and do the thing where we pull stuff to us.
We don't currently, I think, have functioning digestive systems. Can we even get drunk?
It depends
sounds
on
like an
how hard you
experiment.
believe you can.
Hey,
Are we going to try and believe that?
I'm down. That sounds exciting.
No, I rather think we have better things to be doing.
Like what?
We're dead. Why are we having a wake right now?
Let's enjoy our afterlife. It's all been work since we woke up.
Yeah, first the afterlife, now the after party.
Hey.
I can't believe I just said that. You're a bad influence.
And yeah, you guys head into just kind of pass through the doors and walk in. And the setup of the pub, like you have like a rather prominent actual bar there for patrons to sit at, as well as several tables and booths around the back of this main area. It's there are people coming in. It's a steady trickle. It's a steady trickle, despite the fact that on the jukebox, because this place has a jukebox, it's just a digital jukebox. It seems that What's New Pussycat has been put on repeat.
What kind of inhuman bastard does that?
Man, What's New Pussycat is a longer song than I remember.
This fucking Mobius strip of Tom Jones.
Well, at least now we know where all the red came from.
And they're at about half capacity maybe at this point, but it definitely does seem like there is still people coming. And as you are in there, as you're in there and kind of looking around, you see someone that you recognize. you see Tabitha.
My friend is not my friend.
She is sitting at the bar, despite definitely being too young to be at a bar. And she is sitting with an African American man in his late teens. The gentleman is in a nice blazer over a white tank and jeans.
Oh my god, is she on a date?
Are you gonna peep?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead and make a perception.
Oh.
It's perception plus, we'll say perception plus study.
All right. Well.
Perception plus study. The TN is 7.
Okay. How about a 5?
They seem to mostly just be chatting. You do notice that the tinge of red inside of the bar appears to be affecting everyone, though. There's a noticeable tension in the patrons shortly after they arrive.
Why don't people just leave if they're feeling uncomfortable? You go to a bar to get rid of your problems, I assume.
They may not notice. Plus,
Also, drinks are half off right now.
Oh, well, shit.
that may have something to do with it.
Well, the bar's on fire, but man, I'm not going to get a better price on shots.
Yeah, it's all drinks half off, like even
no.
mixed drinks. So it's they appear to have advertised this as screw happy hour, happy evening.
Hey.
I hate to be a downer, but I do. But do we want to investigate here and risk the person who, at least claims her group wants us deader to be to notice us?
Look, she's cool. She's cool. I swear. Plus, it's like neutral territory.
Is it? Do
Yes.
we know that?
Yes.
While this discussion is happening, Cora has gone over to the jukebox and is going to try and put it on a different track.
You find that it is that there are about 10 more tracks of What's New Pussycat queued up. After which is not unusual.
Can I do anything to futz with it?
After that, there's also 10 more tracks of What's New Pussycat. It takes a break for It's Not Unusual.
Could I shift it to a different Tom Jones song?
Man, these drinks must be really fucking worth it.
It seems that people think that that's like this is kind of like a practical joke. But
the haze of red around the building is not giving me that impression.
But at the same time, it gets old fast. And therefore, like, it's funny at first, but after like 2 songs, it's not really. But the drinks are all half off, including shots. So it's currently a little popular to start doing shots. So what are you going to try and do? Go ahead and roll. Well, okay, first, what are you going to try to do? Before I roll changeability.
So I'm thinking about this. Because I really want to put it onto just a shuffle of Tom Jones songs, like have it on Burning Down the House. Followed maybe by Sex Bomb.
Okay.
Like some of Tom Jones' actual bangers, not just his stock collection.
Okay. You could do. Let's see.
Well, I was
I'll
going to say
say.
because what I was thinking was is it like actual vinyls?
No, it's digital.
Okay, yeah.
This is a digital jukebox.
I feel
So
like that
thinking
would
of-
make it so you could mess with it more
Mm-hmm.
because
Mm.
it's more electricity based and less in the physical.
Yes, ghosts are electricity. This
Yeah.
makes sense.
Fucking yeah. I've seen
Yeah.
a ghost hunter show or two.
Fucking yeah.
EVP, that kind of
Yeah,
shit.
that's the one. I was
Yeah.
gonna say EMP, but I'm like, that's not it.
I mean, an EMP would also solve this problem, but it'd be a bit more permanent.
Yeah,
Alright,
go
so
ahead. Go ahead and make a tangibility plus cool. Or no, I probably shouldn't do cool. Let's do.
hey, don't knock Tom Jones, but also yes.
Cool. Cool is. I use cool for grace under pressure and shit.
Courage.
Courage. We're gonna do tangibility plus. Perhaps we should add a new one.
Yeah.
Let's all add a new skill. We're gonna add the skill electronics.
Ooh.
Everyone add electronics to your character sheets. I forgot the system that I wrote allows you to discover new skills. So yes, we have discovered a new skill, electronics. So go ahead and roll tangibility plus electronics.
Alright. TN?
TN is gonna be 7. This is a very new thing for you trying to mess with this.
Paratives.
Paratus? Ooh.
You don't know. You don't know about the buttons and the wires.
No.
You
I end up playing end up playing the track 3 times in semi-synchronization, so there's just this reverb effect.
It's around.
As what's new
God.
pussycat starts just
you
deafening.
so you
At this point, the
reduce
bartender would just unplug it.
yeah
Pull a shotgun out from behind the bar and blast it.
reduce the amount of what's new pussycat queued into this by accidentally combining them but not all at once, so like there's about three versions of there's 3 tracks playing at once, but they're like half a second off each.
Oh,
And
so
it's-
someone own Holy Tom Jones Choir.
And it's it's really unpleasant, and you definitely feel as if there is a little more red in the atmosphere now.
What have I created?
How did you even do that?
Hands over her ears. I don't know.
And yes, as predicted, the bartender does come over and looks at it and unplugs the goddamn thing.
At this
He
point,
then calls his electronics guy to come in and see what the hell's going on, because this is supposed to be happy evening and he cannot do that without music.
I don't know. I think it could be a happier evening than it was.
There is a slight bit of relief that you notice in people, that even a few people will like applaud, but the aggression doesn't seem to die down. I'm gonna call for let's see, who haven't have I do something. Let's go with Yiska.
Okay.
Yiska, go ahead and make a perception plus study at the T and a 7.
Surprisingly enough, I actually made it.
Okay. You look over, like, so you're looking around, and sort of slightly studying how the mist seems to coalesce, and grow around people a little bit, especially at tables where people are just quiet. They're like, whether it was a table where there's, for instance, there's like 4 dudes sitting at this table, and none of them are really talking. They're all just quietly sipping at, or quietly, rather fiercely, drinking their beer. And you definitely feel as if the red here coalesce around them, as if like tension is growing there. And then you notice that Tabitha takes a selfie with the guy that she's with. That selfie would put this table in the area of it would put it in kind of the background of the picture that they take. And almost as soon as that happens, that coalescing red vanishes. And it leaves this brief hole where there used to be too much color that is then filled in slowly by the rest of the haze. The patrons at the table all seem to have a reduced amount of red in them at this point. And that it is a little noticeable. Tabitha she seems to be rather surprised by the result, and the guy that she's with, he leans next to her and kind of like whispers a few things while pointing some things out at her camera, at her phone rather. What are you guys gonna do? What are y'all doing at this bar?
I'm still kind of trying to spy.
Sure.
But like, be
either,
chill about it.
Either Yiska can come over and point that out, or you could roll perception plus study at 7 again.
I mean, Yiska will point that out.
Yiska, I'm
Okay.
stupid. Come on.
Yeah, Yiska will point out that the red was selfied away in a small section somehow.
Huh.
Weird.
And also, it seemed to take with it some of the people's own personal color.
Oh, weird. Hey, come here. Let me try it. And grab him by the shoulder. Pull out my phone.
You take a selfie with him.
Hang on. Snapchat.
But you don't need to Snapchat him.
Dog filter.
Adding any sort of filters to Yiska only reduces the quality of Yiska. It's already high enough that you don't even need a Snapchat.
It's fine. Look, it's fun. It puts dog ears on you. It's cute.
Can we let's just not pretend that Billy's doing this in any way, that Billy is doing this for any reasons that have anything to do with Yiska directly.
That's fair, and it does not reduce the color or the red haze behind them.
Ugh. Must be a living person thing.
Or maybe her phone's special.
Eilert is mostly just looking around for anything that could be. Seems like it is creating the, like, before there was a specific object that was the cause of the
Sure.
disturbance. So he's looking around to see if there's something similar here, like another
Go ahead
quote unquote
and
demon.
do perception plus study. I'll say your TN is 8.
Okay.
Because whatever is going on here is very practiced. It's not like a natural thing like the demon.
That would be a 9. As in the number, not German for now.
Okay, I figured as much. You see that that in areas where the haze seems to drift a bit and maybe become less dense, you do notice that at one point that happens, and the guy that and it happens in a way that it does that no other haze happens to fill it in. Like it drifts enough that the entire haze that's eclipsing the bar is kind of pulled away with it too. And when that happens, the guy that's with Tabitha, he gets up, excuses himself as if he's going to go to the bathroom, and then seemingly gets lost on his way to the bathroom, goes into that region, and with a wave of a hand, you see that or rather specifically, with a wave of a hand, he seems to recall something into his palm, and it is like a vial. It is a small glass vial with a little cork on the top, and he just takes the cork off and he pours the haze out from it, puts the cork back on, puts it back into his pocket, and then actually finds the bathroom as the haze refills in this area. It was like in a corner of the establishment, by a few tables that no one was currently sitting right now.
I have a really dumb plan.
Do it.
Yeah.
Alert's gonna follow this guy into the bathroom.
All right. Okay, you follow him into the bathroom. He just goes into the men's room to wash his hands.
All right. Unfortunate. We're gonna try and see if we can. This was sort of a thing of. All right, change his mind, change of plans. If he's not actually using the bathroom, he'll go back out to the others. It was going to be a thing of opportunity, but it's not going to work if he's not actually doing business.
You did go into the bathroom though after him, right?
Briefly, but then he yeah.
You hear as you are turning to leave. Didn't think your kind would have to go to the bathroom.
Oh shit, he knows.
Well, you know, it's hard to break old habits.
Well, you're more than welcome to go ahead and continue your old habits. He dries his hands off and will.
I'm rather curious. What do you stand to gain by filling this place with red?
You noticed. Good on you. Well. He thinks about it as if because like you two are the only one in the bathroom, he's considering maybe saying something. Go ahead and roll. Social plus. We'll do social plus cool
Sure.
to get him to possibly reveal something. Your TN is going to be 8.
All right. Nope. 6.
Sorry, bud. That's not your business. Anyway, catch you later. He gives you a nod and we'll step out.
All right. Yeah.
Elsewhere,
Oh.
by the way, elsewhere, he Billy.
Oh, I was hoping you'd call on me.
Oh, are you doing something in particular?
Well, I mean, he's gone. I
Yeah.
could scooch closer to the person who knows me, who I don't really know, but
okay. You were going to approach her first. Nice. Okay, yeah.
yeah, I'm not a coward.
All right, yeah. You sit where that guy was sitting, next to Tabitha, and she like looks over and is like, oh,
This seat
Aye.
taken.
not right now. Well, at least for a little bit.
You know you're gonna look like you're talking to yourself.
She internalizes that, and she pulls out her phone and pretends to make a phone call. And yeah, she just kind of leans into that.
That's smarter.
Yeah, thanks. You probs don't want to be here for too long, though.
Why not? It's my kind of atmosphere.
I mean, yeah, sure. Yeah. But like, I'm training right now.
Oh, is that what's happening?
Yeah, so you probably want to steer clear.
I can't watch?
Well, things might get ugly. I don't know yet.
What, you gonna do something like that trick back at the statue?
Well, this guy is kind of running me through techniques and stuff. But dude hasn't really given me a, I don't know, syllabus or whatever, so I don't know.
Hey, time out real quick.
Yo.
Chris just told me that the crock pot was overflowing, so I have to go take care of that.
Oh god, it is?
I'll be right back.
I didn't notice. Shit. I'll also be right back.
I will also be right back, but for unrelated reasons.
I was going to say, how bad is this crock pot emergency that needs 3 people? So, John, how you doing?
I'm good.
Hey.
How are you doing?
Well, could be doing better. I'll send to the others. I've been told I'm now working 1 day less a week, so it's not ideal.
Hmm.
There's also been some fairly heavy layoffs, so I'm kind of lucky to even have my job still.
Yeah, that's too bad. So, you mentioned last week that UK daylight savings kicks in at a different
Yeah,
time than the North American one.
yeah, to the best of my knowledge, because I got up at 2, my alarm was on as standard, got on and went, why is everyone online? Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm. So, when does yours kick in? Then?
Let's just check. Uh, 31st. So in another 14 days, 2 weeks.
Mm. You can be okay waking up an hour earlier?
Yeah,
or is that
no,
actually
that's
better
fine.
for you? Because you won't be staying up as late?
I don't think it makes a massive difference either which way. It'll only be for 2 weeks anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Just expect to hear in the distance, get the bread, get the bread. The crust can't take it.
I've never heard of a slow cooker boiling over.
Yeah,
like that.
Typically it just, cooks it slowly. It doesn't bring, if it brings it to a boil, it's no longer a slow cooker.
Yeah, maybe they had it set to high instead of low.
Yeah, possibly. Plus, American slow cookers may be faster because, America.
I don't know. Canadian and American products aren't usually that different, and my slow cooker's never boiled over. But then again, I don't make stew. I make pulled pork mostly.
Oh, I made about half a kilo of pulled chicken a couple of weeks ago.
Mm.
I regret how quickly how much of that I ate in one sitting. Just a little fork here, a little fork there, and then a bun full with some coleslaw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, every so often I see you posting about your food on Twitter.
Well, I get shown up by a couple of my friends who I follow. We're like, yeah, look at this, like rabbit confit or stuff like that I made. It's like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
I want to show that.
The stuff you make looks pretty good.
Yeah, I'm not great on the presentation, but it tastes good.
Yeah, my presentation is kind of non-existent. It's usually a dump on plate.
It's like the only time that will matter is when it's on the plate. At every other point during the process, it's not going to look appetizing, especially the later parts of the process.
Fair.
No one cares how well you stick the landing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I need to do some slow cut pork again because
Yeah. The best part of this conversation is all being recorded for posterity on Nate's YouTube.
Nah. Sup, YouTube? Fix your
about
shit.
Cooking.
Binging with Babish is overrated.
Ooh, we might have to have a fight about that.
Nah, actually, no, to be fair, it's okay. I was just starting shit.
Yeah.
Although I will still maintain that the best food-based YouTube channel is still Steve 1989.
I'm not familiar.
Really?
Yeah.
An incredibly wholesome gentleman who eats MREs so spectacularly past their sell-by date but somehow has not done. I think he's biologically now immune to botulism. Like, okay, I'll put this in context. He has eaten Civil War era hardtack.
Okay, crisis averted. I'm so sorry.
That's okay.
It's fine.
Okay.
It was a stew emergency.
Yeah.
I
All
put
right,
too
so-
much beef in.
Zach has also apparently dipped for a second.
Okay.
Too much meat.
Too much. Did the meat just start crawling out? Like, what happened? Free us!
No, it was just the broth was overflowing a little bit.
What's that fucking thing? It's just like meat, because of the way cooking works, gets smaller when cooked. And then you have fucking like ballpark Franks show up suspiciously. Not
Yeah.
me, motherfucker.
I was gonna say fucking Frankfurters and Bratwurst. You just like cook those and the fat just goes. You end up with the sausage about 3 times its original size.
That's what he said.
I mean, a skin also splits as it goes, so I don't know if you really want to take that in that
also what
direction.
he said.
No. But yes, John, I highly recommend checking out that YouTube channel. It is incredibly therapeutic to watch.
Okay.
Well, because he genuinely does it with a sense of like respect and interest in it, not just the spectacle of eating horrifically out of date food.
I'll put it on my list of things that might entertain me during the monotony of my work.
Okay, so I'm gonna jump back into this.
Okay.
So
Billy's trying to be cool. She's trying to play it off. She's
trying-
not
yeah.
trying to make it totally known that she doesn't actually have much context for who this person is, but
and it seems like Billy sort of falls into chatting with you pretty easily.
Tabitha,
Yeah, sorry.
I'm Billy.
Well, it seems like Tabitha falls into chatting with you pretty easily.
I'm Spartacus.
Whoa.
But you know what? I think we both play off of that really well. Like, I'm pretending not to be awkward, and so she's responding well in kind, and that makes me like genuinely less awkward and worried about it.
Yeah, and at some point Tabitha is just like, "Hey, Billy,
Yeah.
your friends are here, aren't they?"
Oh yeah.
Shit.
I don't go anywhere alone these days.
Yeah, I understand, but shit.
It's a dangerous world out there.
It is, but it's more dangerous for you if you're with them.
Look, I'm kind of I'm kind of stuck in my position. I'm trying to make things work for me. I'm trying to make this, gestures to her non-corporeal self, better.
But dude, if you can figure some way to chill a little and pull it back, maybe.
Hey, this is a genuine question because maybe I don't know too much myself. When have I ever been chill? Was there ever a time? Because I don't feel like that's in my nature.
You have been plenty chill in the past,
Ah, fuck.
but
Maybe it's just all this red in the air.
yeah, that's probably what's putting me on edge too.
What, aren't you doing it?
No, that's Lionel.
Is that the guy's name?
Oh, shit. She shrugs. Yeah. And it's at that point that you actually do see Lionel coming back.
Well, I'll let you get back to your
Probably.
date.
Probably followed by Eilert.
Oh, look, he picked up one of my friends in the bathroom.
Oh, shit. He's aware that you guys are here, too. Maybe Scoot.
Look, we can take care of ourselves. Just don't, kill anybody? Ooh.
Don't my best here.
All right. Well, good luck, I guess.
Thanks, you too.
She's gonna put her phone down.
Yeah.
Can I swipe it?
Are you gonna try and steal her phone?
Mhm.
Okay. Are you gonna wait for her to for Lionel to come back and for her attention to be shifted that way, or are you just literally going to steal her phone right in front of her?
I just want it to be like a real casual, like walking away, slide it into my pocket.
Yeah, go ahead and roll tangibility plus cool.
I am. I have a leadership in cool, which is not going to help me, but
your TN is 8.
okay. Nope, got a 4. My hand goes right through it, but that's fine. I just make it look like I meant to do that and keep walking.
She gives you an exasperated look. Like, come on, dude, what? You see me starting to steal your
In
phone?
today's game, we fail our roles.
But then Lionel does come over and sits next to her. And he notes you walking away. Looks at her as like, friends of yours. And Tabitha is just like, complicated.
Meanwhile, under her breath, walking away, Billy's like, damn, I wish I could remember that girl.
And yeah, you return to Yiska and Koira and Jane, roughly as Eilert is returning to them as well.
Something bad's gonna happen.
Oh,
Like, we should get out of here, something bad's gonna happen, or something bad's gonna happen, we should stop that.
Well, Tabitha seems to be of the opinion that we should get out of here, something bad's going to happen.
Well, seeing as her friend is the source of this red,
Lionel.
he has a vial. He refilled some of it out of a vial on his person.
Wait, he's just walking around with a vial of red on him?
I mean,
Sure.
we're walking around with a bunch of other colors.
I guess. I just didn't think you could have it in, like, liquid form.
I mean, they come in crystals and coins. Probably whatever.
Eilert, you would probably hazard to guess that one vial of like red mist would probably be the equivalent of a shard.
Pure.
I'd imagine the vial he had is probably about the equivalent of a shard. If perhaps, since they are not dead, maybe they need some kind of container for them. They might not just be able to hold them like we can.
I mean, we know a couple of live people who take in colors. We could probably ask them.
It's true. They do seem to be able to interact with them just fine.
A tech guy finally arrives in order to start looking at the jukebox.
Oh, same day. I'm impressed.
This thing's haunted.
I was going to say, does he walk in with a toolbox and a dog collar on? Technological technicist.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Just started playing the songs real weird. After some jackass put on a lot of the same stupid ass song. I'll take a look at it.
I like to imagine this is some kind of common occurrence just in the general jukebox repair field of what's new Pussycat spamming just causing this weird feedback loop on the software. Schrodinger's Pussycat.
So yeah, there's a guy working on it now, trying to get that back in order, because the silence does not do a lot to deal with the tension in the air.
Yeah. Well, on one hand, they very well may be about to do something bad. On the other hand, if they aren't, then stands to reason that the red should disappear not terribly long after they leave.
It's on that note, you guys are paying close attention to patrons of the bar, right?
Yeah.
You're keeping track of some of the coalescing of red mist and the like. It's at one table that it seems that there is a couple that are having a small dispute. It seems that it seems that one of them was going to pick up the check, and the other was just like, just because I'm unemployed right now doesn't mean I don't have money stashed away. I can get it. I told you I was going to. And then that prompts the other to be like, I'm just trying to help. And then the other is just like, fuck your help. And like there's some like tension brewing there. And you definitely notice that they themselves start exuding a little red. Much as you saw with that happened in the police officer and the thief and the students earlier this day. And you also notice it happen for a couple of older gentlemen sitting at the bar currently discussing politics. They start to exude a little bit of red themselves.
I was gonna go up to one of the groups and try and extract the red that is affecting them.
Okay. All right, go ahead and roll spirits. So do spirit plus two spirit plus I don't know, what skill do you think would be appropriate?
Possibly I don't honestly have any idea. Spirit plus study maybe.
For like trying to identify points where the color is the brightest, and then just extract it that way. Yeah, that works. Yeah.
Basically, the basic idea is to try and mitigate. Like, he's getting the impression that this is starting to be that he wants to try and prevent this from becoming self-perpetuating, which he suspects is the actual goal of Lionel.
What if they're farming red?
So
yeah,
right.
go ahead and roll spirit plus study with a TN of 6. There's a lot of color here. It's fairly easy to extract.
10.
All right, you happen to pull from the table. I assume you went to the couple that was having a small dispute.
Yeah.
You sort of reach between them, the table, and withdraw a red shard. And the vividness of their personal red goes back into equilibrium. You now have an additional red shard.
All right. He'll look to the others, and were they watching him do that at all?
Yiska was probably.
Yeah, Corey will be watching as well.
Well, what are you waiting for? Let's cleanse this place.
Well, just running around like an emotional vacuum cleaner.
Well, that's seen as there's no other persistent source of it, like at the mansion. That seems to be our best bet. Unless you wish to try and do something to Lionel, was it?
Yeah, that's right. Might get
Oh,
kind
he's
of
the-
pissed if we're gonna mess with whatever plans they have, though.
Yeah, Jane's like, yeah, we're probably if we are not leaving like that girl had suggested to Billy here, if we are not leaving, then we're probably going to be have to dealing with them eventually.
Well, from the sounds of, from what your friend seems to suggest, we are going to have to be dealing with them eventually already anyway.
That doesn't mean we need to go looking for a fight, though.
Oh,
Essentially, again,
we're not fighting, we're just cleaning.
yes,
Start-
because one does not immediately lead to the other. Because if the guy notices us cleaning, he's not going to, do something about it.
What can he do? Remember, we're invisible. He is not.
Except, couldn't. Sorry, the girl's name's Tabitha, right?
Yeah.
Couldn't Tabitha move into our reality?
She could, but she had to get out of sight first.
I mean,
I assume she cannot simply disappear in front of others, or rather that she would choose not to.
Assuming he can do the same thing, what's to stop him from going to the bathroom, going into a stall, and coming out?
Nothing other than that he would tip us off that he is likely about to do something, trying to deal with us in some way.
And then what's our plan?
He shrugs.
I feel like there's this lack of what happens when he actively confronts us here.
If we can't handle it, we could leave. I say we try it out.
The alternative is to ignore the task we have been given and let them make this place as aggressive and dangerous as they choose to. And I seem to recall getting quite a bit of hostility when I suggested we act against the public interest last time.
He's calling you out, Koira.
Jane just kind of like groans as she's just like, this isn't even the only place on this this parkway like this.
That is true. We could go and investigate the other one and come back. Perhaps we can simply clean up after they've left.
Well, no, I meant if we go and do this here and get into a big fight or something, we still have more work. Assuming we're doing this.
That is true.
Another few patrons at the bar who were talking about some kind of sportsman's are getting into an argument about sportsman's.
I suggest we decide quickly. If we will leave, we probably want to leave before things get worse. If we want to clean up, then we're going to have to do that now.
Corey's going to just grow and walk over to the two people having a sports argument and just very unceremoniously siphon off the red.
All right, sure. Roll spirit plus study in order to get the in order to basically find the middle point between them all and extract the red from there. Your TN is 6.
I got a 9.
Nice. All right, you extract a red shard. You start to see how that could be lucrative. As from this alone, you guys have accumulated 2 more red shards between you.
Yep.
The 2 old guys talking politics seems to have ignited irritation from a small group of people sitting at a table behind them, as they really don't want to hear about these 2 old men squabbling, and you see red starting to build for them too.
Yeah, Koi just raises her voice and goes, "They're trying to start a barroom brawl. Are all you people frigging?"
They can't hear you.
I'm talking to you. I let you.
Eilert will go over to the politic table and start extracting red from them.
All right, TN 6.
10.
10. All right, you extract a red shard. And their conversation slowly dies down as they become aware of the people at the table behind them who are becoming irate with them.
Now, does that actually calm down the people at that table? Because
no, that has built up enough that it is staying around.
All right, head there next then. If nobody else,
I was going to ask, is anyone else doing anything?
I was going to say I was kind of waiting for a chance to jump in there.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, no, like Billy said, she's interested in just kind of seeing where this goes. So she's gonna walk around and see what she can pull out of people.
All right. You then head over to the table of table with a small group of people that were becoming irate with those 2 old men talking politics. Go ahead and roll spirit plus study to find the midpoint of the table and withdraw the lingering red around them.
I'm at least very spirited, and I got a 10.
Nice. All right, you gain a red shard as you withdraw the red from you withdraw the red from the general area of the table and them proper, and the irritation seems to be a little less palpable. There's still amongst the 3, like the booth with the couple, the table with the people behind, or nearby the bar with the 2 old men. There's still definitely noticeable tension because there's still the red in the air, but the escalation is gone. And you notice there are you do notice, however, by the booths, there seems to be 2 more groups. There is a older man who seems to be out with his 2 children, the 2 adult children anyhow, and his 2 kids are berating him for something, and he is becoming increasingly redder. And behind them are 2 middle-aged women who are just getting pretty angry about the lack of music at the moment. Like,
really?
just like the lack of noise. Like they can hear everyone else's conversations, and it's just like really annoying to them. Yeah, you
they were really big Tom Jones fans.
Oh, these were the fuckers responsible, weren't they?
I assumed it was Lionel. in order to help preserve the atmosphere.
No. They were the ones who put the other track on in between the bouts of What's New Pussycat.
Oh, okay.
They were like, man, I want to listen to something else, but I still like Tom Jones.
Not unusual. Good one, Nancy.
These people are terrible. They deserve what they're getting.
And yeah, so you guys notice there are those two groups there.
I'll go left. You go right.
All right, Billy, you head to the table with the two women who are a little perturbed about the lack of music and the fact that they can hear everyone else around them.
I sing a little song under my breath as I pull out the red. They can't hear me, but I can hear me.
Go ahead and roll with the T and a 6.
I got a 6 on the nose.
Nice. You withdraw a red shard from them, and
man, I'm rolling low today.
And you notice there is a significant calming with them. And who were you directing to go right?
Whoever was listening to me.
I think Yiska was the closest person to you at that point, because Koira and Eilert had gone to the other side of the room.
Yiska's actually going to go to the bar where
Really is like, I'll go left, you go right. And Yiska's like, no.
Yiska's just at the bar sipping a drink, looking fashionable.
No, Yiska's actually going to go talk with the instigator of all of this.
Okay. You head towards Lionel, who has at this point already noticed what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
He looks visibly annoyed.
Mm-hmm.
Cora will actually just follow Yiska and back him up.
Thanks for the free red.
I guess Eilert will go deal with the other one alongside that Billy didn't.
Yeah, go ahead and roll. The Spirit plus study.
All right,
T and 6. All right, yeah, you withdraw another red shard. This is a very lucrative way to get color.
It is.
I feel like this might have been what they were going to do.
Yeah. Hey.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just doing our job, sir.
All right, Yiska, you approach Lionel. Lionel, who is visibly annoyed, he just says, seemingly to Tabitha, but more to you guys. I can see maybe then why I was called out here.
Really, because from my point of view, your side's the one with all the advantages. So let's see if we can't find some common ground that doesn't have us running around trying to stop your plans and doesn't have you doing something drastic towards us.
After making me waste about 4 vials of red,
Consider it more of a donation.
reimburse me and I'll think about it.
Oh, geez. Who's holding on to all the color right now?
Jane has all of it except for whatever we have individually have on us currently from
siphoning and extracting. There is collectively, I believe you guys had collectively acquired about 4.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, we'll go over to Jane and say, hey, I just how much in in stock do we have that people haven't just ran around and grabbed?
We had 6 before we started gathering.
Okay, yeah. Disco will ask for 4 reds from James.
Yeah, sure. Here.
Okay, yeah, and he'll go over and
She's with you guys at
Yeah.
the bar now, by the way.
Oh, okay, yeah, and he'll
Yeah,
just
and
hand that over.
Yeah, he takes it,
Right. So
stuffs it into his pocket.
I don't know if you're personally responsible or if you just work for whoever is, but the situation seems to be that somebody has inhibited Lord Death's abilities. Now, if we apparently had already earned enough back to come back to life, which is really the most important thing for me, at least. I don't know about the others. The whole not dying thing seemed to be the whole point. Now, that means that either you have that ability or you have a way to allow Lord Death to bring us back to life. Once I'm back to life, I don't really care about all of this spirit nonsense. I just don't want to die for real. Do you think you can make something like that happen? Get us off your back?
He thinks it over. And he's like, Tabitha, 1 second. And he sort of like kneels down, like he gets off of his stool and kneels down as if he's like checking for something under the bar, maybe like tying his shoes, and then his colors become vibrant, and you realize that he is now on your plane.
Oh shoot!
And Tabitha is just like kind of looks around a little awkwardly and is like, man, I'm not gonna do anything so dramatic, and just she just shifts herself, not really caring if there's anyone looking at her right now.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bar.
It's a bar. People are angry. They're generally irritated. It's just not really having the greatest time. Everyone's drinking.
Yeah, if a girl at the bar, if an underage girl at the bar disappears, honestly, it's better that way.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, you see them both standing side by side. They are on your plane now. And Lionel is like, that's better. So, all you want is to come back to life.
Yep.
I can respect that. If I were dead, I'd probably also want to come back to life. To answer your first question, I have nothing to do with whatever it is going on with Lord Death. But to answer your second question, if you can work with me on something, coming back to life might be a little easier for you. Let me explain. I am what your kinds would call a Voliere d'Âme.
I never said those words in my life.
Your kind is in people in your profession.
Teenagers?
I think he
Reapers.
means reapers.
Okay. Yeah, that's right.
Aren't you still back there with me?
No, you're all together at this point.
Oh,
We
I-
probably eventually moseyed our
Yeah.
way back.
Oh, then what was the direct translation of that again, Nate?
Thief of Souls.
Thieves of Souls. I learned, yeah. The Thief of Souls. Eilert says, for the benefit of the others who are not as lingual.
Mhm.
That would be correct.
That doesn't strike me as a particularly good description.
He shrugs. You gain power however you do, for whatever reasons you need.
And that includes starting barroom brawls by the looks of it.
They don't need their extra red.
Yeah, but they do need, teeth, unbroken limbs, not a criminal record, those kind of things. Or does that not really flag on your list of things that need to be worried about?
That part, yes.
Oh wow, so you're just a Technicolor douchebag. Great.
Everyone has their reasons for doing what they do. Mine are slightly more important than a few missing teeth. Right, Tabitha? And Tabitha looks a little uncomfortable when that's mentioned, but is just like, yeah, sure, I guess. And then Lionel looks back at you guys. So, I'm here to get rid of you. That is my job. I am contractually obligated to do so. But if you do not pose a risk or give any reason that I would need to be getting rid of you, such as letting the Discord go, then after I have extracted enough color, I can work on shoving you back into your bodies.
Wait, so you're telling us you could do the same thing actual death could do?
In my
Except actual death can't do that. Actual
Yeah.
death is currently a cat.
It
Yeah.
might take me a little longer than your death cat or whatever, but yes.
I don't know, guys. It kind of seems like a scam. He's
Yeah.
basically telling us the same thing that Death told us, only Death said, hey, do some shit and I'll help you out. This guy's saying, do nothing and I'll help you out. How many times have good things happened where you were required to do nothing?
In this case, you doing nothing means not doing your job. I'm asking you to not do your job. And in exchange, I don't erase you.
So we're just supposed to sit around and let things get shitty?
And after I have enough color, because you will have done me the service of not having to erase you, because that's not very fun. I don't like it. I don't enjoy this part. I, in exchange, do what I can to bring you back.
Cora's face just is kind of set at this point.
A few questions, then.
Incidentally, Tabitha is giving Billy this look of like, "Yeah, do that, please."
You mentioned shoving us back in our bodies. Therefore, I presume you would need our bodies to do this?
Yes, I'll have to find them.
He nods. And this again... I think I get now what you were doing at this place in particular. He gestures to the rest of the bar. What does doing that to the whole city accomplish? Sure, it would, I'm sure, generate a lot of color to take. But that seems like it might have some downsides for people such as yourselves that would still actually have to live here.
Firstly, I'm not from around here.
Fair enough.
Secondly, well, no, there is no secondly. I'm not in the interest of seeing people kill themselves. But, again, we all have reasons for seeking power. If I were to cause a riot in the city, as you seem to suggest that I may, which, all things considered, is a good idea, and several dozen are hospitalized, all right. What I need is more important than their broken bones.
Then tell me, or I swear to you, the next thing that's going to come out of your mouth is going to be some teeth. Because I've had enough of your self-aggrandizing, holier-than-thou, technicolor, the means justify the ends bullshit. You come in here, I don't know, carpetbagger, friggin' smooth-talking douche, nice girl on your arm, acting like you're better than everything else, better, like you've got some great purpose that you'll never actually share with anyone because you're too aloof and too wrapped up in doing whatever makes you feel good at the time. Just state your goddamn case and then leave us the hell alone. If you want to follow through on these threats, trust me, we have gone up against scarier things than you.
What? Oh!
Just all the way through everything we're saying, Cora was just getting gradually redder and redder, but just pink.
Lionel chuckles at that. There was a much shorter way of going about that. Do you feel better?
I don't know. How many moles you still got?
I
All of them
wouldn't.
so far.
I
So
wouldn't
you want me to
test their
state a
view.
case?
Oh, okay. If he's going to continue to go, otherwise I was going to say, you are. Believe me, she is perfectly willing to swing those fists. But anyway,
Perhaps I got a little too ahead of myself. I'm more than willing to say what I need. You are dead. Yes, you are dead. And tell me right now, do you have any siblings?
Can we remember that?
Yeah, if you had siblings, you remember having siblings.
Yeah.
Okay.
If your siblings were capable of becoming a Volyadam, if they could learn the trades, the skills, the spiritual necessities, do you think they would try to bring you back?
I think they'd be able to weigh up the consequences of what that would take.
Well, you haven't had a sibling die then. So, I'll take a few broken bones from total strangers over that.
And are they like us then? Stuck here?
Worse.
What? So dead. Like in the ground, decomposing, toe tag sort of dead.
Well,
Wow, you're real sensitive.
The second
she's
death,
actively trying to rile him.
the second death, yes.
Is there coming back from that?
With enough color, anything is possible. So, now you've heard me state my purpose. Are you going to leave? And are you going to take me up on my offer? You'll be much easier to bring back than him.
why don't we talk this out in a calmer, less red-filled setting?
No,
And
I'm here for a reason. Are you going to continue getting in my way?
You require an answer now? You willing to let us think this over?
I will allow you to think it over as long as you want. Out of this building. And out of my harvest grounds. Or at least you can think it over as long as you want until we meet again outside of here. But if you are going to persist and you're going to remain here and you're going to irritate me, I will escalate things.
Corey's just going to look around at the rest of the group and go, well, clearly you all are conflicted. I'm going to get some air. And she's going to stomp out the pub.
Till we meet again, then. Eilert will follow her.
mhm. Yeah, Yisko will say, just for so you know, we ran into someone else, didn't quite catch a face or a name, but they seem to be doing something similar to this. Something about riling people up with stolen goods. Thought you should know that you might have competition in the area.
Competition? That's a colleague.
Ah, good to know. Are they also supposed to wipe us out, or is that just your job?
All of our job.
Ah, all right.
There shouldn't be reapers here. But there are. Our job isn't to find out why. Our job is to get rid of you. But if you stop acting like Reapers, then our job is done.
Good to know. I'll try to talk the others into a more reasonable point of view.
Please.
Yep, and assuming that nobody else wants to stay and fight, Yiska will leave.
Tabitha breathes the biggest sigh of relief that you guys are going with this. Yeah.
That would just leave. That just leaves Billy then, as she.
Billy looks kind of put off, but yeah, she'll put her hands in her pockets and walk out, looking moody.
All right. If Cora does, I assume, assuming, I will say to Cora and say, let's get far enough away that we can be sure he won't overhear.
All right. Yeah, you guys can walk about
Walk down the block or something.
Walk down the block. Yeah.
Wait for everybody to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about you all, but I know my decision.
Yeah, what's that gonna be?
Do you remember when we first talked to Tabitha?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What about it?
She seemed afraid. Afraid that if she did not do as these other people said, that she would come to harm. I don't know about you all, but if I'm going to get my life back, I don't want it to be with strings attached.
I knew there was something I was forgetting to ask them.
Oh?
Yeah, about that.
Well, yeah.
Well, he didn't seem to be the one making the shot calls, and frankly, I wasn't expecting much from directly asking, and how can we be sure you won't string us along? I think it's exactly like was said earlier. It's something of a con.
Yeah, I mean, look, the long and short of it is we're working with practically no information here, and starting a fight with this guy in an area where he's already seeded the stuff, he knows we're coming, and we're frankly still underprepared. Seems like a poor choice.
Oh, I agree. I don't think he is knowledgeable, and he seemed quite confident that he could defeat the lot of us single-handedly. I think we need to get our bearings more before we start fights with any of these Vler de Arme.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just don't like how smug he is.
Oh yeah. He thinks that he's in a position of power over us, so he's definitely trying to make us feel like he has all the advantages.
To be sure, the other side of the coin is that if he doesn't, given what he said, if he could easily defeat us, well, I don't think he would have been as patient with us as he was.
Yeah,
there must be some doubt in his mind that he would come out on top in that case.
I mean, he seems pretty self-centered. It could simply be that he thinks it'll cost him more color to take us out than it will to talk us down.
Bear in mind, we may not be the first set of Reapers in town.
guys, do you think maybe he isn't that tough? Or
Oh, you mean
like
he's
that he would that any amount of toughness would be held back? Okay, let me try and think it out here. Out loud.
no, take your time.
I think I understand what you're saying. What you're getting at.
That yeah, like if he has a reservoir of resources, like he
His-
said what he was after.
His goal's too important. He doesn't want to expend it fighting us.
Yeah,
If he is, we don't have to beat him. We merely have to make this job not worth whatever payment he's receiving for it.
but like that would mean that fighting him would definitely be easier than someone with less to lose.
You think
Does
he
that
might
make
be less
sense?
Right.
Like, because he said that there's like I overheard him saying as we were leaving that like that other person was a colleague. So like there are other Voyerdam here. And
You think they might be dangerous based not on their skill, but how much they're willing to expend their color in order to fight us.
yeah. Like how much they have to lose, how much they have to gain. I mean, like skill might have something to do with it. I don't know. I haven't seen them do things.
Who's to say they can't do anything that we can't do?
I mean, the factor there would be experience. We unsuccessfully tried to bring that spirit out of the statue, but Tabitha was able to force it out with relative ease.
Yes, she seemed to know, I dare say, a spell of some kind.
Speaking of Tabitha, Billy, you definitely I'll say you especially since you probably were most focused on her as someone you think was a friend of yours.
Mm-hmm.
She looks a little uncomfortable with Lionel when he like stressed out. Yeah. When he was kind of trying to intimidate you guys. Noting that she didn't say much during the whole process.
Yeah, no, and from what I know of her so far, that's out of character.
Yeah, she's very talkative.
Yeah. I wonder what they have on Tabitha.
We could find out. That is an interesting thought. If Jane is right, then a legitimate strategy for dealing with the Valedeame might be to help them. If we could, granted, I don't think we are capable of doing what Lionel wants, but other desires, if they can be fulfilled through other ways.
I mean, I don't know if Lionel is exactly the kind of person you can find a middle ground with. He seems pretty cool with doing whatever the hell he likes.
No,
I mean,
don't
same,
think that,
but
Okay. Well, let's think about this another way. The distortions have primarily been a propagating of negative emotion, right?
Mm-hmm.
So who's to say we couldn't propagate a positive emotion? Nobody gets their feelings hurt over that, and then
ooh,
we exchange that for at the exchange for whatever actual color they need.
At a 2-for-1 exchange rate.
I mean,
we'd have to be giving out warm fuzzies on an industrial scale to make that work.
I like that idea.
Plus, he's trying to Are we forgetting that he's trying to bring someone back from full-on death?
What we're doing.
No, I
How is that different from what we're doing?
We're in a weird, I don't know, wibbly wobbly quantum sort of thing. Whereas,
We're in our first death, not our second.
yeah,
that
that we haven't gone full death. Never go full death.
I mean, how much do we really know about all of this?
I don't know, but the fact that he was able to make the distinction and say that they were more dead than we were is kind of a giveaway.
Yeah, but I mean,
Probably it's a thing where the rest of the world realizes that they're dead.
okay. So,
Like what our time limit is supposed to be.
another thing to consider, by the way, that he says his will take a lot longer, but that certainly might be a problem for us.
that's true. I'm
Plus-
not saying we go with it along with him. I just didn't want to fight him, and I wanted to figure out as much as we could.
Fair.
At this point, I think our biggest one thing we need to figure out is if these guys aren't causing us to be unresurrectable, we should probably figure that there's somebody else behind that. Somebody or something is affecting death in a way that keeps us from being brought back. Like our simplest way out here is to figure out who that is and beat them up.
In short,
didn't he say that he was hired to take us out?
So he's got a big boss.
he didn't. He specifically also said that he doesn't know anything about death or what was done to them.
I mean, he's probably just doing a job, like not.
Right.
Without much detail on that.
So that should be, in the end, that is our end goal. We must get Death's power back so that Death can bring us back to life. He says that by his metrics, we would have earned our resurrection already. Therefore, presumably, once he is able to, he will have no reason not to.
Right. So so it looks like our options right now are to fight all of these people who have been hired to take us out and farm these colors from everyone until we fight our way to whoever's employed them. Or we find another method to gather color and bribe our way in. Or we do nothing, which I'm not a big fan of because that doesn't have a lot of us being in control.
Yeah, I don't like that one either.
Well, if I were to make a suggestion,
Are you guys like just standing on the sidewalk talking, or are you walking and talking?
I mean, Corey was thinking of going back to Nelly, so
Yeah.
Okay, so you're
at the
walking
very
and
least
talking?
we can.
We can
Yeah.
go back. Tell
You
them our number.
hear from your right, that is a very good idea. And you see, as you had just passed by, a bench underneath of a tree. It's getting darker, and the streetlights are coming on and everything. And you see what appears to be a woman in a 1980s shoulder pad heavy business suit. She is sitting on this bench beneath a recently trimmed tree, sipping hot tea from a thermos. She has all of her colors, and especially now that she has addressed you, indicating perhaps that she actually might be residing right now in Purgatorio. She's a white woman with tightly cropped blonde hair, meticulously groomed nails, a stern look, and appears to be in her early 40s. She gets up from her bench. I like your idea.
Which one? We had several.
Roll back to them. Go ahead and pitch them again.
Who?
We do nothing.
Mhm.
We attempt to pick fights with the spirit thieves, or we investigate them, find some other way to investigate them, and uncover what's going on ourselves.
There. I like that one.
I do too. Eilert, he'll hold out his hand.
Dorothy McClintock. She'll shake your hand. William.
But not with them, I take it.
Oh, absolutely with them.
Then, may I ask why you're encouraging us to uncover their secrets?
Why wouldn't I? I was under the impression that you would not do such a thing, or that you would just fight, or that you would take one of us up on a bargain.
I mean, right now we're having to kind of see through a lot of very confusing bullshit from a bunch of different people, all with agendas of their own, and we just kind of got thrown in here ass first. So forgive us if we're still trying to sound things out.
No.
Also, we were instructed primarily by a cat, so
This is also true.
The cat would be Lord Death then. That is interesting. And she gives us like, she looks like when she doesn't smile, she looks normal. But when she smiles, it's like a distinctly predatory thing. Like, I get like her teeth almost look sharper for some reason. Even though they're perfectly normal, they're just too white and have the kind of sheen that you would expect from knives.
So you would rather us play detective than fight or do nothing?
Yes, I would.
Why is that?
Well, that might require a small explanation.
Please. Anybody can explain anything? Like, go for it. You know what? She sits right down.
Yeah, same.
Good. Just, I'll be short with it. When you're contracted into these types of jobs, it's usually with a blood contract. And a blood contract means that the person you're working for can have you killed at any time. Drop dead right then and there if you don't fulfill the purpose of your contract. or they find out that you're not fulfilling the purpose of their contract. Do you see where I'm going with this?
If we find who's in charge and deal with them, you're no longer under contract.
If you find who's in... I know who's in charge. Unfortunately, I can't give you that, or else it'll be clear who let you know.
But there is someone out there who has a lot of people by the short and curlies.
There is someone, yes. We usually just call him the man. I took a bad contract with him. I went out. And also, just to be clear, I want to eat him. I'm not going to color code that for you. You probably should be fully aware of what exactly you're dealing with.
Damn, girl, it's some kinky shit.
Oh, you
Is this
think it was a sexual thing? No,
is this more? I don't.
No, I'm going to consume every last color in his body until he is an empty shell.
Ah, now the name Villiers d'Alme makes much more sense.
And I'm going to do it slowly. Painfully. So, I would be interested in your exploration of your options. I may even be able to assist, if you would like. She smiles again.
So, if you're interested in assisting, would you happen to know if this man has the power to, say, stop death from bringing back those of us who are currently living impaired?
I would say that the man happens to... Have you tried to leave yet, by chance?
Leave what exactly?
Alden Park?
No.
No.
Oh, you're in for a surprise. Go ahead and test it whenever you get the chance. I'll say that the man is fully capable of doing that. He's a very, very powerful and old Villiers d'Alme.
I'm going to guess that one of the benefits of your profession means that old doesn't necessarily mean in decades.
That would be correct. This is so funny. I really didn't expect our meeting to go like this. I was just going to be straight to the point and kill you. But
Well,
I would have felt very foolish to have avoided one fight only to walk into another.
oh, yes. It would be. Your chances with Lionel would have been much better.
Right. So, Jessica will pull out his cell phone. These don't seem to work quite right for us. Is there a way we could get in contact with you again? If we have more questions or generally wish to conspire against the man?
She will pull out a business card and give it to you. It's a Dorothy McClintock. She appears to be some kind of like high-ranking representative for a health insurance company.
where does this name sound familiar?
That's
Tyler looks at the card, looks at her, and raises an eyebrow.
What? You expect health insurance companies are in the interest of keeping you alive?
You know,
Child, you have so much to learn about the world.
she's just gonna. Corey just kind of looks over at the card, looks back at her, and goes, "Actually, no, I can totally believe that."
All you have to do is hold that card very close and focus on me. I'll hear you, and I'll be there soon.
Huh.
But allow me to give you a warning. If I ever catch wind that this conversation that we're having now has been alluded to anyone else, you will be the ones who will die very slowly. Are we all clear?
Crystal.
Very good. You're all very good listeners and very cooperative. Now, I do have some other business I need to attend to. Fortunately, this didn't go on for very long, and may even work out for the best in the end. Are there any other questions that you may have for me before I leave? No?
Can't think of one.
Very good. I trust we'll be in touch soon. Then she'll leave. No doubt, probably to go murder somebody. I don't know. Whether directly or through criminal negligence with her job.
Sure.
I don't know.
Just gonna give it a couple of beats. Just give it a little moment till she's out of earshot. Also, I'm dead on with the Margaret Thatcher fucking reference. Pure evil soul eater. Cora just kind of, whoever is standing near her, she just kind of puts up, like, grabs their arm with her hand and just leans on them and goes, "Please tell me everything else is going to be normal today. This is exhausting."
Why does it seem like the one that I'd rather we just fight wants to deal, and the one I'd rather deal with wants to fight?
I mean, I don't know about you. She seemed like she could fuck us up.
Yes, which is why I didn't suggest we stop her here and now.
Mm-hmm.
We need to find a way to get stronger, for lack of a better term.
You're right there.
Regardless of whether we choose to pick fights or not, no matter what action we do or do not take, they're going to come to us sooner or later.
Mm-hmm.
If there's that disparate an attitude among the Voliere de Arme, then no doubt we will run into ones who don't care to wait or deal at all, and will just fight us for the sake of it.
Mm-hmm. You're not wrong. I think we've generally been lucky so far that one of them wants to apparently not fight us at all. One of them is reluctant, and one of them wants to use us to get her boss murdered by her. So,
That one will require some thought because I'm getting the distinct impression that however bad their boss might be, having her presumably absorb his power would be worse.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I can't really say anything.
Now let us.
I mean, inevitably, unless we find a person who makes contracts where they can kill the opposite party at any time to be somebody we want to deal with reasonably, we're going to eventually have to fight someone. So here's the question: how do we get stronger?
Well, there's the things we can buy that seem to have some impact on what we can do. There's weapons, clothing. Soon, whenever the last one opens up, some kind of miscellaneous things that might be useful.
It just seems like we have to get used to all this mostly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Get used to it and just get more color.
Right.
We also need to. There are a few other things I might suggest. If the Voliere de Arme can directly manipulate color and can use that to fight, it would behoove us to learn how to do the same.
Mm-hmm.
Unlike them, we don't need the color. The color isn't the color we've been gathering isn't directly related to our survival or our goal. So that is one advantage we can leverage. If we have color reserves, it is an opportunity cost, not a direct setback. The second thing we can do is has Koira stopped floating at all during all of this?
Yeah, Cora stopped pretty much when they got in the pub, but
Okay. It seems that we are more or less blessed with some gifts. Koira seems to be able to fly. Really did something during the last fight.
yeah, you went all prickly.
Don't ask me how. I was freaking out and I didn't want to let go.
Yeah, and you turned into like a human cactus.
Wasn't that bad. It's just my hands. Some weird eczema.
Yeah, spike eczema. I know Wolverine's known for a mutant superpower of really sharp eczema.
But we do not yet know what Jane or Yiska might be capable of, and I might have an idea of something I can do. However, so learning to deal with learning those may be a benefit. Learning how to fully control our whatever abilities we have would be a benefit.
Well, I mean, me and Billy only found out what we could do in like life-threatening situations. So, do you want us to just start kicking the shit out of you and see what happens?
Just start throwing each other off buildings.
I don't think that's going to help
Yeah.
me.
I don't know. It'll make me feel better.
Clara, you just start picking people up and dropping them. Don't do that to me, though. I'm cool down here.
No,
Not being
we know
dropped.
it.
But it's fine if she does
we
it
know
to
what your
me.
power is.
Oh, we know what my power is?
Yeah,
What is it?
you're cool.
Oh. Aw.
Thanks. She blushes noticeably.
Though I will point out, if you can learn to fire energy beams or something, that would be very useful.
That would also be very cool.
Yeah, I'll work on that.
I think Isla watches anime.
No, he's just recognized they're in an absurd situation, and therefore, you know what? That sounds as plausible as anything else that could happen. All right. Thirdly, I don't know if this will make us stronger per se, but have any of you felt like you're missing something?
I imagine everyone just goes quiet and looks down at their
Yeah.
feet.
Yeah.
Yiska doesn't. Yiska actually has never experienced that.
Actually,
Oh wait, no,
I
no,
assume
he did.
No, you have.
briefly. Oh right,
You
I
have.
forgot. We did. He did last time.
also, I assume Jane is also like, well, yeah, I've already figured that out. Yes.
Well, imagine Jay's like,
Thanks
yeah,
for catching
dick.
up, guys.
Yes.
Mhm.
Missing something like something vital and informative of who you are as a person. Because yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know what or why that is missing, but I can only assume that we'll be, if not stronger, then more. I can only assume it will be better if we are complete again.
You know, it's times like this that I wish our mentor was not a cat and could have actually told us things. So we're all agreed that on the exit survey, we're going to write down being a cat was not in any way helpful, right?
Yes, I think
Yeah.
I will write
Yeah.
that. I will take being unsettled over being completely lost and unsure if I will make it to the exit survey. Err on the side of increasing odds of success.
Yeah.
Look, let's
I'm
be
agreed on
optimistic
that.
about this. If nothing else can drive us through this, let it be the fact that we can be really obnoxious when we finally get out of here and we can make a formal complaint.
Who are we going to make a formal complaint to?
I don't know, a clergyman.
Well, who is he going to send that to?
I'm going to sit in the confessional and go, I've got a list of issues with your service.
I mean, Death has an exit survey. Do you suppose he also has a home office somewhere?
Is it just
It's
staffed
probably...
by? Is it just staffed by him?
I don't know, but I bet it's in New England. All the weird shit happens there.
Wasn't that Florida?
No. That's where all the surreal shit happens. Like the dark, creepy shit, that's New England.
Ah,
I've read Stephen King. I know this. Fucking Maine.
well, on the contrary, it would seem that surreal, creepy shit actually happens right here.
Well, all right then. I guess it happens here as well. Although, to be fair, if it was going to happen anywhere, remote town in the middle of a valley surrounded by mountains. Has no one else played Silent Hill? Never mind.
Nerd.
Is that where we are?
No, that'd be
No,
that'd be weird.
not what you said there, but the remote valleys surrounded by mountains.
Yes.
You really don't remember anything at all. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
We need to figure something out with that.
I mean, assuming that we figure out where the small parts of everyone else are, we can hopefully find where most of Jane's everything is.
You make it sound like we've lost some change on the back of a sofa.
I
Just got to dig down the back of the brain couch and find all the memories that fell out of our pockets.
Yiska gives a shrug. He has no like response to that. He's trying to be helpful and optimistic.
Oh no, Cora is just busting his balls. She's grinning as she says it.
Here's the line of thought. Jane's missing her memories. Lord Death doesn't know why, so it's not something he did. And as far as we've been able to ascertain, the Voliere de Arme also wouldn't know why, as they did not think there were supposed to be any Reapers here at all. Which means Jane missing her memories is not the result of either party.
Well, you guys missing the pieces of you isn't the result of Lord Death either.
Do we know that? We haven't asked him.
Okay, well, I'm not 100% on this because we haven't been to the edge of town. But let's assume that we are in some sort of bubble, and that
Okay.
none of us died here in this town, and were presumably dragged here from wherever we actually died.
Is this a flat Earth thing?
No.
Okay.
So that means this us that exists here had to come through that bubble, presumably, to get here. So maybe whatever that bubble is took something when we went through it.
The price of entry for being in this state, you think?
Not for being in this state, because if it was just that, then Lord Death would have... I mean, maybe he wouldn't because he's a cat, but presumably he would have known why all of Jane's memories are missing. I'm thinking that something to do with being here, specifically in this town controlled by the man, has had some sort of price for entry. That maybe when we were summoned, we were also trapped here, and we had to leave part of us outside.
Shall we take a detour to the edge of town and see?
How late is it actually right now?
It's getting later.
Maybe we should stop by Nellie's first, finish our side project up, and then head to the edge of town.
It might be worth asking our shopkeepers about the Voliere de Arme and the man. It seems unlikely. They must know about them too, but it doesn't seem like they're in league with them.
Well, let's not spread around that we anything about the man quite yet until we can confirm it through a extra source that
Or-
isn't willing to devour us.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Very
Let's
well.
also just not talk about her
Mm-hmm.
to anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
Very well. But it seems unlikely they wouldn't notice a number of these thieves of souls running around.
Mm-hmm.
And yet, they are not targeted by them either. Perhaps they do business with both.
It's possible. I mean,
Also, assuming you guys are walking and talking again still.
yep.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Let's say you guys are near enough to Nellie's if you guys want to hit up Nellie's.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You're back on Market Street at this point.
Perfect.
All right. So yeah, you guys head into Nellie's. And they are very appreciative when you give them the news, the news of fits 2,000 people, and it's probably going to be fitting 2,000 people.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're very appreciative with that news, and marks that down as something that they probably should be preparing for. Noting aloud too, I have already received some requests too. I believe the majority of these, and honestly, it's so close to the deadline that there are going to be things they come in to buy and not commissions. I need a lot more time for commissions than this. But I will be. I will start work post haste through the night.
Do you need help?
Are you much of a seamstress?
What's that?
That's all right then. I promised you something in exchange. So you're more than welcome to. You're more than welcome to any one of. Um, you're more than welcome to any one of the first couple of sets that I made available for you. The more recent things, the armored gear and the power suit. Those I still require payment for.
Hey, free shit though.
Yeah, they basically make it clear that you can have any trendy wear, classy wear, casual wear, a cozy outfit, or goth chic. You can have one of those for
Nice.
free.
Nice.
I think is it agreed that Billy's gonna pick something out because her clothing is still
Ripped and
yeah,
torn.
a bit
Yeah. Oh man, I wasn't. Well, let me. Now I have to go and look and see what I think would be best.
While she's off doing that, I will turn back to Nelly.
She's trying on clothes.
Do you know anything? Nelly, do you know anything about Voliere de Arme?
I like tilt her head.
No?
That sounds familiar. I've heard Sharif mention it before.
Perhaps I'll have to ask him at some point then.
If you want to continue dealing with him, of course. That is your prerogative.
Well, circumstances as they are, he does offer a service we do need.
I suppose that is true.
Though I will be a little more cautious about offering him color directly in the future. He says, still missing half of his black because he doesn't know how to change the black shards they have into something that he can then absorb.
He's not just chewing them experimentally.
Take these shards and just eat them.
They didn't have like a million things. If they decide to do a little bit of cooling it before they go do any investigating, so that then maybe he'll go and talk to go to the mansion and see what's up.
Yeah, ask Lady Lagrange to brew you up some tea with that those shards.
Yes,
That's fair.
that would be wonderful.
All right.
He has a feeling a sense of fear may be very necessary when dealing with the Voliere de Arme.
Probably, yeah. So Billy, did you pick out an outfit?
I like the cozy one, I think. I like the idea that I could just shrug off damage.
It's also very cozy.
Yeah,
It's a big sweater over comfy jeans.
love it.
You can even throw in a hoodie there.
It's not that hot.
That's fair. All right. Yeah. You guys for doing a side quest essentially.
Ba-ba-da-bum.
You earn yourselves a cozy outfit.
Billy looks slightly less ragged.
Yes. And were you guys after this going to head to the edge of town?
Just to see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they can theorize all they want. I would like to know firsthand
Seeing
what
is
it is that
believing.
is.
That's why no one believes in us.
Well, it is a few blocks away. Well, more than a few. It's several blocks away. Following due south, you just kind of take a direction. To the edge of Alden Park. Well, no, actually, I'll say that because you do know that this is one of the lines of the edges of Alden Park. You head towards the exchange. Not the exchange, rather Cash for Gold. Not the exchange. You head towards Cash for Gold because you know that is actually near the edge of Alden Park. So you head down Market Street all the way. You pass by the statue that you guys saved. Head down the hill and start walking along the side of the road, the side of the main road that would be leaving Alden Park, and eventually you walk into a wall. Who's the first person that unceremoniously walks into a wall? Who just clunks off of something that you can't see?
Zach spoke first. It's clearly Isla.
Probably Eilert. I
Punk.
just sort of assumed that Eilert is like, we need to test this, and everybody else is just sort of like following him slightly hesitantly.
Cora is genuinely like making a bet with the others. Is like, what's going to happen? It's like, are we going to loop back? Is there going to be a barrier? Is he just going to get flung backwards?
Jane is currently like back there with you. Like she has the shards, so like she's kind of like the bookie here.
Mm. Okay, Jen, what do you think? Odds. I think he is going to. I think it's gonna be like a slingshot. It's going to fire him backwards over our heads, like ba-doing.
All right. Billy.
I think
Yiska.
I think he's going to just keep walking and not realize that he's stopped.
Oh, so he's going to look static moonwalk.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I mean, I thought Koira was going to do it, so I'm already out.
Thank you for thinking that highly of me. I think.
And then as you say that, Eilert just goes clunk.
Ah, there it is.
Huh.
You are not as far back as you may think, you know.
I imagine we're like 3 feet away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like pull out Eilert's like 2 feet in front of you, like I can hear you. As he holds his hand out in front of him.
Yeah, you find that there is a point that you can walk no further.
Ah. Indeed. Huh. He knocks on it.
It's
Does it give a hollow thunk?
Yeah, more or less. What's odd about this is that it doesn't have a color to it.
It's just
there's nothing tangible about it. It's just
no. There's nothing tangible about this.
Is it straight up or is it like a dome?
Well, you can't tell. You don't know how high it goes. If it goes,
If
Okay,
only one
if
of
it is-
us could fly.
If it is a dome, it is a very tall dome, is what you
if
are
it is a
saying.
dome, it is a very tall dome. Yes.
Yeah. So it appears to be a solid wall, is what you're
Yeah.
like. Not he doesn't hit his forehead first, even with his hand out in front of him. It's
Yeah.
Mm,
It's
it
it's.
is-
Oh, John. You would left yourself unmuted for just 1 second.
It is the worst second.
Sorry.
It's okay.
the
Okay, man.
well. It seems we're stuck here.
Well, crap. It wasn't exactly like we would
I kind of want to say on that note. Well,
like zoom out, taking in the whole town, and then just in the distance.
Credits.
Crap.
Yeah. But because this is the end of a day, we pull away, and we come back to St. Kirkpatrick's. By this point, the ballroom brawl has subsided. The police are here. They have broken everything up. No one seems to be permanently maimed. But there were a few people injured during the fights that ensued. And Lionel is alone at this point. Tabitha has left. She had something to deal with. But this was a training day anyway. And as Lionel sits there nursing his beverage, he is joined by a Japanese man in a sharp suit. He has meticulously parted hair and a pristinely shaved face. Appears to be perhaps in his mid to late 30s. He sits next to Lionel. Lionel gives him a nod of acknowledgement before finishing his drink. The bartender, between giving statements to police, asks if the gentleman would like anything, but he only shakes his head. Lionel is then furnished with another beer. Well, Lionel says with a sigh, "You're not here for drinks. I guess you're here for business then." "Whenever am I not?" The new man replies. Lionel laughs into his drink. "Forgive me my hopes, Neji." The man, Neji, gets straight to the point. "I had noticed that you too spent your evening in harvest. Tell me, Lionel, did you notice anything strange in your yields?" Lionel considers it for a moment, but then rolled his shoulders. "Oh man, sorry. I'm no weird, gross color vampire or whatever your whole thing is. Why?" Neji frowns, but not at the insult. "The flavors tonight are muted, but not by the usual forces of entropy. Some portion of my yields went elsewhere." Lionel raises his brows, his attention suddenly fixed on the topic. "What do you mean elsewhere? It was siphoned?" Neji nods his head. "To where? I do not know. But it is not just within the barrier. Even out near city limits, my yields are being taxed." Lionel thinks on it for a moment, takes a drink of his next beer, and nods. Well, thanks for the heads up. Does Pulse know? When Neji shakes his head, Lionel continues. I'll look into it then. Be in touch if you learn anything. That's where we end day 3.
Bum, bum, bum.
Oh shit, he's gonna immediately think that we've just immediately gone back to being Reapers.
No, this seems like something maybe a little bit out of our depth.
I mean, if he knows anything about us, it's that we're utterly incompetent.
Yeah.
Well, it can't be those guys. They're fucking useless.
He knows we weren't buying what he was selling very readily.
Yeah,
so...
but we're also how are we going to like take a portion literally from the mouth of a vampire?
No, I think what they're saying is that somewhere he was doing stuff, somewhere he was doing stuff means somebody else, basically he set up a situation to create a lot of color, but somebody else was siphoning it.
Someone that he couldn't see.
Someone that he couldn't see. We have either something very weird is going on, or we might have an ally out there. Well, okay, something very weird is going on.
I don't think
it is possible we have an ally out there.
I mean, alternatively, there's a third person playing chess here, and we just don't know about it, and they're the actual ones who have inhibited Lord Death.
Space chess.
3-dimensional space chess. God help us all.
Whatever fucking game they were playing in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Someone who is not us or a Voliere de Ame is siphoning color, and I mean, it could be Lord Death. Maybe Lord Death is attempting.
Lord Death is also incompetent.
Okay, but also I presume that a Voliere de Ame looking for the source of some color is leaving. Why is not going to be looking at a cat?
The color is leaving this world. It is you, cat. You've been doing this.
Yo! Ow. Purr.
Oh, how can I stay mad at you?
I think that went pretty well.
That is the most effective defense mechanism.
We got some shards. I got a new outfit. We didn't die.
Technically, we only net evened on shards because we gave back almost all of the ones that we siphoned. I think we made one out because I believe we siphoned 5 places and gave back 4.
Yeah, I mean,
for our trouble.
I feel like 4 was a worthwhile thing to not have to fight that guy, and also to get us on the path of, hey, maybe there's something else we could be doing here.
Maybe there's a way that doesn't turn this into a shonen series, which, to be fair, I'd be all about, but we do not seem very capable of performing in at the moment.
Did you guys have fun?
They did, yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
I will say, though, I am very distracted and dying because the smell of this Irish stew.
Oh, God, I know. That's why I didn't go until 7.
Permeating the house, and I really just want to dig into it.
There was going to be a possible way for you to actually meet Neji, but I it's getting closer to 7. I'm hungry.
The stew.
I feel like this scenario this day has gone on pretty well.
Yeah,
it went good. It went well.
We met enough Voliere de Ame today.
Hey, I'm always a fan of short but effective games over longer ones that take a little bit more time.
I get you.
That's
too experienced to everybody, by the way.
Thank you, Zach. Too experienced? That's nice.
Tasty.
Yeah. So it's the end of a day. I usually give one experience for the first half and then 2 for the second half.
And I feel fine.
Yes. Any final thoughts, comments, questions? I guess I could explain where you would have met Neji.
Where's he hang out?
If you had gone to the other place that had color around it, you would have found that it was a strip club.
Oh shit! Did we miss the pink area I wanted?
Yeah.
Damn
He was, and you would basically have found him there, having more or less organized it in such a way that the color mist in the area was going to be driving more instinctual or animalistic things from people, but there would be enough orange in the area to attract people to the club. And he would be periodically directly siphoning them from people without them quite realizing, turning it into fruit and eating it.
Okay. Pretty cool, but
So-
also I'm glad we didn't go to the strip club.
Okay, you say that, but
I say
you
that
do-
and I mean it.
No,
you say
I
that,
agree.
but if Billy and Koira had seen it, they would have been like, "We're going to the strip club."
I think Cora would have not wanted to go to a strip club.
Oh no!
Not with you guys.
I mean, she could float, so she wouldn't have had to stand on the floor. So that's at least one
I
small
don't know how much
improvement.
we're touching the floor really.
To
Anyway,
be sure, FYI, it was one of those big, those like big, like almost burlesque style strip clubs. To be sure,
like they do
But-
shows, not
Yes, not one of those real seedy questionable bars.
Girls gotta make a living. Guys gotta make a living. And a
You
girl's gotta eat.
Yes.
I'm gonna eat.
All right.
Thanks, guys. I had fun.
I had fun
Go
too.
and
I'm
eat
gonna end the
Irish
recording.
stew. Looks like